Welcome to part 2 of this look at some awesome new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of the mods from Wednesday the 19th of March. I just couldn't get it all in. I thought I was trying to fit it into the first video and I just could not pack it all in. So, welcome. If you haven't watched part 1, there's many great things in part 1. But this is part 2 with the last few bits. I think it works out actually I'm going to say the last few bits. This would have been a normal mod day on most days. What we got? 5, 6, 9? 9 or 10? So we've still got a few, considering this is, supposed to be the quick and easy bit. So I'm going to start with this. The Krampe ProBody 760 by Woodcraft Modding. Now, a couple of these items I wasn't going to get out because it was that thing of, well, it's a trailer, we know how trailers work, but this had an option and I thought, oh, I need to check that option because I'm not sure if it's a thing or whether it's just a decorative item, and it's this at the back here. There's a camera. Unfortunately it doesn't do anything. I thought it might. You never know, do you? Anyway, 13.17 megabytes download and 5 slots. You'll find it under your trailer category, and it's just there, the ProBody 760. So it comes standard in the larger configuration, so that's something to be aware of. We've got the option of Michelin, Trelleborg, Mitas, Pt2, Vredestein, back to Michelin. We've got a few different tyre choices with wides, wide twos, wide twos, and so on. Trelleborg, just standard wide. Mitas, just that. Pt2, I think it's the same again, wide, 2, wide 2, back again, and then Vredestein, I think it's a similar option, standard wide, yeah. And then back to Michelin. So camera system, yes or no? Puts the little camera on the back. Then we've got extension, so it's on yes already, so we're on 40,000 litres. If we take it off, it's 34,300. So, yeah, that's your choice, of course. Main colour does all of that. Chassis colour does the chassis, and then the rim colour is the rim colour, and a license plate option on there too. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's that thing of, when you've got a lot of mods to do, how would you go about doing it? I was hoping to get it all into one video, so it was that thing of how do I pare this down as much as possible. And I've always said this, it does modders a disservice when there are so many mods, because if you can't show enough attention to each mod, I like to walk around and have a look at the level of detail and the stuff that modders have put in. But when you've got 41 mods, including packs, which takes you well over 60, you just can't do it. So anyway, that all being said, we'll jump in. I'll show you what I mean. But we do have the option for tip side back, tip side grain door, and I so thought, oh, that would be absolutely amazing if I go like that now in cab and then press it again, just brings us back out again. I thought, how cool would it be to have that, then press it again, and you've got a rear camera. That would be phenomenal. And then unload. Here's your typical unload. First one, check. The Krampe ProBody 760 by Woodcraft Modding. Next. And we've got this. Now, again, I could have just said, well, it's a forage wagon. We know what forage wagons do, that kind of thing. But again, it's really nicely made and detailed. There's a lot going on here. Now, we do have a base game version of this, kind of. So, the Pöttinger Jumbo 8540 DB by LS Agro Ole. 21.55 megabytes download and 14 slots on the consoles. So our base game version there, and be careful on this, I got caught out. The double axle, 47,300 litre, 250 horsepower base game version is the 8450 DB, 158 grand. I clicked down and went, well, hang on a minute, that's the same thing, but why is that one bigger? Why is that a triple axle? That's an 8450, that's an 8540. The middle digits are transposed. I missed that initially. Anyway, 181 grand, 320 horsepower required, 56,600 litres for this particular version. Pickup, yes or no? That was always baffled me. If you want a forage wagon, you want the pickup. I suppose you could just use it as a trailer, couldn't you? I guess, yeah. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Pt2, Vredestein, back again. Well, the ones that have an option, it's just a standard and a wide. We've got a billboard on the back, so if you don't want to have the Bill's board, why Bill puts on there I don't know, but yes or no. So if you want to advertise, you can. If you don't want to advertise, you can take that off. That's fine. We've got cover, yes or no. Silage additive tank, yes or no. I went for yes, and then license plate option on there too. So 56,600 litres of forage wagon goodness. Which actually, as far as modding, I mean, obviously we got these ones now. Before these came out, the Titan and the TARDIS from Chris S. Riley S. No Matana. I think the biggest I'd found was like a 50,000, just over 50. So 56.6. That's it's a bit of a beast, and it does look very good indeed. So this will hold 10 litres of silage additive. So if you are picking up grass, you will get a bonus for that. Unload, actually, R1 and right stick up and down. We have got the option to adjust if, because the triple axle, you want to try and get it level depending on what you're hooking it onto. So all three axles hopefully are touching the ground. Open cover, like so. Turn it on. Drop our pickup, and it does the forage wagony thing, but to a fairly high capacity. Stop that. Open the back up. It's always amazing me how much a fairly small amount seems to pile up. But anyway, I say it every single time I do that. There we go. Very nice indeed. The Pöttinger Jumbo 8540 DB by LS Agra Ole. The next one I'm going to show you in here. I think it's broken. You'll see. It is a timber trailer, so you'll find it under logging technologies, under wood transport. Just there, the Schwarzmueller Tandem. This is by WOLFex Modding, 2.82 megabytes download and 3 slots. Now, at the end of the day, it's a trailer for logging with tension straps. Not mega expensive, but I suppose when you consider some of the base game, I mean that one's 26 grand, but if you haven't got a lorry and you want something you can tow with a tractor or hook it onto the back of another, you might have another trailer with an attacher, you can. So twin stanchions, we got Lizard, we got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental and back. So we got standard and wides. Can you see the potential problem? Yeah. If we go to Trelleborg, standard and wide is fine. Michelin, like that. Continental. Oh. So yeah. What I might do actually, let's do that. We've got the option to change the chassis colour, which does that, and the rim colour and license plate option on there as well. So let's lease that. Hopefully it comes out at the store in one piece. Hang on. Well, it's more of a kind of DIY job, bring your own wheels. Yeah, I think. I mean, I think it might get an update, unless you want to use it like that. Potentially, I suppose you could. Anyway, that's the Schwarzmueller Tandem by WOLFex Modding. Next, we've got this. This is a kind of little mini pack. This is the Lizard Art 2000 and Big Bags by Gian FS. 4.55 megabytes download. 3 slots for the little trailer bit. The bags are 1, and there's a rechargeable bag which is 2. Well, this is just very cool, especially for small farm work and stuff like that. And if you want to go hyper realistic with what you're doing, or you just want something to just better load, whatever you want to do for whatever reason. So this is the actual crane operating bit, but it has a rear trailer attacher for a pin hitch trailer. So if you go for a bale trailer or something like that, you can put your pallets on the back of that, come out to the field all together if you're seeding or fertilising or whatever it is you happen to be doing. So what we'll do is detach from that, and then this is our little craney doodad, and then hopefully, you have to be, because it's quite close on the back. Small inputs have massive impacts, so just be wary of that. If I take the tension strap off on here, like so, and then we back up over that, it should give me the option to attach. There we go, attach big bag. And then what we can do here is, he says, no, that extends, L1 and right stick up and down, there we go. So, and if I'm loading into a seeder, or if that was a fertiliser bag, I can hold that over my seeder, my fertiliser spreader, drop that in. But if you want to just unload, load and stuff like that, we can then just raise and lower that down, put it wherever we want to go. We've got the extension on it as well, like so. It's a very, very cool bit of kit. Drop it down to wherever we want it, detach, and we are good to go. It's nifty. It's a simple thing, but I like it a lot. This you'll find under the miscellaneous section, just there, 4,500. We've got lizard, BKT, and back again. So it depends whether you want the larger, chunkier, or slightly smaller. We've got stickers, design 1, design 2, design 3, or off completely. Main colour does that, and rim colour does the rim. We come out of there and we come down to our pallets and bags. It's under... Is it big bags? It's under big bags. There we go. So we've got a seed bag there, 1,000 litre for 500. Can you see why this is quite a handy thing? Because 1,000 litres is 1,260. So price-wise, it's a winner. You can get it in bulk as well. Solid fertiliser bag, 1,000 litres for 500. Solid fertiliser bag, 1,000 litre for 1,920. I mean, come on now. Oh. Then the rechargeable big bag can take anything. That comes empty. So you can put whatever you want in that. You can empty it out, and then it's still there. These two will disappear once they've been used. That is reusable over and over again. So, yeah. So those are 1 slot each, and that one was 2 slots. So even if you're thinking, well, I'm not going to use that, but hello, for 500 and the fertiliser, I mean, you know. So there we go. That's the Lizard Arch 2000 and big bags by Gian FS. Next, just here, we've got this. This is the Bailey Bowser by RossN Mods, 16.75 megabytes download and 5 slots. I mean, that sounds really weird, but it's that kind of... so RossN Mods does JCB stuff and things like that, and Bailey, there's been a couple of trailers and things like that. Very meticulous detail and that kind of thing. And I can't remember if the previous version had this option or not, but if we walk up a little bit closer, we've got 1 million litres of milk in that. Now again, you don't have to have that option at all. But if you've got 1 million litres of milk you want to move around, you can, if you want to. I've got to remember, I think this was under animals and barrels. Yes, it was. There we go. There's our Bailey Bowser. 29,000 as well. Not too bad. And even its base configuration is 18,000 litres. 18,000 litres for 29 grand. That's pretty cool. It's got a little front deck on there that can have tension straps if you want. So we can have 18,000 litres standard, which is normal, or unrealistic at 1 million litres. Doesn't cost you anything to go for 1 million litres. So, I mean, you know. Then we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back again. A few different tyre choices within those. As you can see. Then we've got a Thatcher UK type pin hitch. We've got Schwarzmueller Cup Ball, which is your ball hitch. Back again. Tension belts, yes or no. So it's on yes or no. That's that front platform. So if you want to put other stuff on there as well, whatever it might be, your packed lunch, yeah, it's up to you. The main colour does the chassis frame section. Tank colour, you've guessed it. I mean, that's a bit... Oh, it's up to you. Maybe chrome's your thing. I think if you've gone for the... there you go. If you've got the Giants multi-colour doodad pack installed, we've got metallics on there as well. Rim colour and a license plate option on there too. But this has a couple of other options as well. So as you can see, tension straps, which can be done manually or from in cab if you want to. Start the engine. So on the back, we've got open rear door. This doesn't have tension strap. Actually, I'm going to just double check something. It would be weird if it did. It doesn't. Let's have a look. I suddenly thought, wouldn't that be cool if you could put a chainsaw in there or something? But you could put stuff in there. I mean, that pack from was it JMZ with the herbicides and liquid fertilisers. But there's your pump assembly there. We do have lighting on this as well. Let me just close that up. As you can see, the lighting very cool all round at the back as well. And then L1, if I get this right, L1 right stick side to side does that one again. Little cubby hole if you want to open that up as well. And then the other side, L1 and right stick up and down does that one there. So it's up to you what you decide to put in it, but oh, that was the thing I was going to say. What we can put in it. There we go. So we can do our milk, water, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, silage additive, and diesel as well, if you wish. Should turn the engine off. The Bailey Bowser by RossN Mods. Next, now this is cool. There's something I don't know. I've got an idea. I've got a plan. I don't know if it's going to work, but I've got a plan. Anywho, we got this. I love it. Look at it. What a cool... There's some really cool options on this as well. This is the Lizard Kart by SleutjesModding. 7.03 megabytes download and 8 slots on the consoles. Where will you find this glorious item? Good question, Steve. Well, you will find it under our vehicles. Cars and bikes, just there. And it starts off quite, you know, quite normal and ordinary. So, wheel setup, standard. Tyres with lugs, or standard. I just, yeah. I don't know why the tyres with lugs are quite cool. Bumpers, we've got original. We've got the rear bumper. Then we've got back and sides. Then we got back, sides and frontal. And then all bumpers puts the cowling up over the front where the steering wheel is as well. Extra then puts that round, so if you're doing like the indoor kart racing or just bumper cars, it's up to you, and then back to original. So I went with that, but again we'll take that off just so we can see the other options as we go. Spoiler, yes or no. Protection on the bench, so if you roll over that should to a degree protect your head and neck. No bumpers, need all bumpers. So anyway, numbers 1 through 9 if you want a number on there as well. We have then got livery, yes or no. So if you want to put a different sort of colour on there with the lizard motors and stuff on there, you can go with that option, but you don't have to have it on there. I think it was just that. Oh no, sorry, I take that back. We have the John Deere option, case option, Giants option, Valtra, Massey. I'm just thinking racing, setting up a track, having like a proper track, and you could have bales for chicanes, and I think that'd be quite a laugh actually. You could race for teams, and I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so sorry. Writing on the tyre, we can have white or yellow. That's pretty cool as well, like that. Main colour, let's go with that. Does all of that. So your chassis, metalwork, roll bar. Frontal, does your frontal. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the livery off. There we go. Just so you can see with the livery off what the colours will do. There's your frontal. Your back. Does your back bumper. Next back. Does that, because that kind of comes linked for some reason. Front part. I wonder what this bit's going to do. There you go. Does that. Engine cover colour. This is quite cool. So you can go for, at the moment it's red. You can go for a metallic or something like that. Or, you know, go with the turquoisey so you can see it. Engine filter, so you can even change the filter. At the moment it's got a red, almost like a K&N sort of air filtery look, but again, let's go, I don't know, it doesn't matter, but let's go pink. Rim colour, we can change our rims, of course, to mix and match, and then license plate, if you want a license plate option on there as well. I just love it. I think it's brilliant. We've had a few different karts over the years on 22, and I dare say we'll have more. I just think doing kart racing round a circuit with bales and barriers and set a whole thing up with maybe sort of 5, 6 of you, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Anyway, and from that view, I mean, come on. I know it's not farming, but you know what? Who cares? Life's too short to be miserable. I love it. It's cool. There we go. That's the Lizard Kart by SleutjesModding. Did I say the rest of it? 7.03 megabytes download and 8 slots. I think I said at the start, didn't I? Next, we have got this. Oh, Superduty. I went for a matte finish on that. I tend to go metallic quite a lot, but I thought I'd go matte. Why not? So this is the Superduty pickup by Roughneck Modding Crew. It is 34.13 megabytes download. Wow, put my teeth in. 14 slots. The back is 5 slots. Now, this one had me a little bit confused in the description. So, The 2024 Lizard Super Duty is a robust and highly versatile pickup truck designed for a wide range of heavy-duty tasks. It features advanced attachers for various implements including beds, ploughs, bumper pull trailers and goosenecks, providing exceptional utility for both work and recreation. The truck's detachable bed comes with a connection point, allowing for seamless interchangeability of different bed types to suit various needs. Then it goes into the detailed thing. Now, I don't know if that's the real one. When it says about attaching ploughs, I haven't... You know what I'm going to do? I didn't... Would that include levelers, or does that mean ploughs, like winterized, wintry equipment? Let's grab that. That's a 3-point link. I wouldn't have thought so, but anyway. So let's have a look at the main vehicle then. So we come up to the top here, and our Super Duty will be found here. So there's your main pickup Super Duty. We've got the option of Michelin, Continental, Lizard, back to Michelin. Michelin has Super Duty singles, lifted, and back again. Continental has your jewels, so if you want to go for a dually, you've got steel jewels, lifted, aluminium jewels, lifted, and then aluminium jewels with covers and lifted. Then we go to Lizard, you've got off-road, so a bit more tread on that, jewels, lifted, aluminium jewel, lifted, with cover, lifted, back to steel jewels, and then back to our Super Duty singles. I liked the rims on these, but I then went for I went stupidly for the wider back, which looks a bit weird, but that was on me. Exhaust, we got stock, which comes out the back, or we just got over the rear axle. So axle dump, so out there or just over the back of the axle. We've got grille guard, and when it says grille guard, I mean, if you like the look of the front of a Super Duty, that is an absolute weapon of a... I mean, I don't know what you're guarding from. Tanks, I think. But anyway, but it's pretty cool. Main colour, anything on that palette. Two-tone does the bottom section, like so. Trim colour, let's go white so it stands out. There you go. So all those bits. So if you want your grille or mix and match to your heart's content, do what you like. That's up to you. Rim colour, again, we got metallic on there, and we can go for... I think we can go for metallics on these as well, if you've got the option installed. There you go. So if you want to go for a metallic coloured rim, you can, with a license plate option on as well. So that's the main vehicle itself. 740 horsepower, up to 71 miles per hour. Now, as far as the backs go then, because it refers to interchangeability and stuff like that, so I thought, well, it's got to be miscellaneous, hasn't it? And that's where the bed is. There's the Super Duty bed. That's the only one I could find. So I thought, well, okay, maybe... I mean, it'd be weird if it was under slurry spreading and that kind of stuff. I don't know what other beds we would have on there, potentially. But I couldn't find anything else. So I don't know if there's more to come on that, potentially. But anyway, if we go back down to our miscellaneous. Again, if I'm missing something really obvious, I'm really sorry. But under here is our bed. Now, admittedly, within this, we have got the option for attachers none. We can have our gooseneck, fifth wheel, so you can do like semi-trailers, lorry trailers, or none. We've got single fender or double fender, so if you've gone for dualies, which I should have done. Bed accessories, which is pretty cool. Headache rack with strobes. You've then got toolbox with headache rack with strobes. Back off again. Main colour, same as before. You can mix and match, like so, again with metallics. Trim colour again, let's go white so it stands out. That does the whole back across there, look. Nice strip across the back. And then the license plate option on there too. So like I say, again, if I'm trying to think, where else would there be? Trailers maybe? And then I thought potentially changing systems, but there's nothing in there either. So I don't know. As far as I know, it's just that bed at the moment. Now when you get in, it's got a nice animation for opening and closing the door. Wing mirrors pop out. Start it up. Nice diesely sound to that. Yeah, like I say, so I went for singles and then with a dually bed, I know. We have got a rear attacher on there. Unfold our trailer. We do have tension straps. We've gone for the strobes. There's your strobes. Not a bad horn there either. Let me just... I'm not sure, like I say, whether it's just a description thing or does sound good. It's an absolute beast. I mean, it's a huge bit of kit. Left L1, R1, L1 and R1. There are no options to open and close doors or anything like that. It comes as it is. If this attaches to a plough now, I'm going to be absolutely goob smacked. No. Oh. There wasn't an option to put a plough thing on there, was there? Look, that bit of spring movement there, look. Little bit of suspension travel on there as well. The interior, it is really nicely made. Nice interior. Up to 71 miles an hour. Yeah, that looks really skinny at the back, doesn't it? Without the jewels on there. Apologies for that. But anyway. Wing mirrors fold away. Like so. Oh, I didn't show you. Hang on. Hang on. Notice that all lights up. There we go. There we go. So there's our lights. I didn't show you the lights. I did the beacons, not the lights. Yeah. There we go. That's better. There you go. That's the Superduty pickup by Roughneck Modding crew. Next we've got the JCB Teletruk, also by RossN mods. 9.61 megabytes download and 5 slots each. A couple of different options on this as well, with a couple of different options which I really like. It's a nice looking bit of kit. I love this. The Teletruk is brilliant because it makes it incredibly versatile. You'll find it under forklifts. So we've got the Teletruk Industry Pro, which is your standard version, 62 horsepower. Then we've got the Electruk. They should call it the Electruk. I should go and work for JCB. It should be the Electruk, shouldn't it? The Teletruk Electric. Anyway, I'm that good. 48 grand and 54 grand. Still 62 horsepower, but 80 kilowatts of power. Both go 12 miles an hour. Options, I think the tires might be the tyres are a little bit chunkier, it looks, on this version, the standard. But on both, we have got the option here for forks, which come standard. You can't do anything with these forks, or skid steer attacher. So any skid steer equipment will attach to the front of that, which again, like I say, makes it a very versatile bit of kit. Or if you just want it for moving pallets and stuff around, you've got your fork option. Great. UK flag, yes or no. So if you're feeling patriotic and you're living in the UK, or you just fancy a UK flag, but if you don't, you can take that off, that's fine. Main colour, anything on that pallet, does all that. Rim colour, does the rim colour. And then license plate option on there too. The Electruk, yeah, those front wheels are definitely, I mean, that's more for your kind of outdoor yard work, bigger chunkier tyres. You can, of course, you can use it indoors, but the electric one being that it's better use for inside warehouses and things like that. So it's got much smaller, less aggressive tyres on it. But again, our options on this, we have got forks, yes or no, skid steer attaching, so UK flag, main colour, rim colour, license plate option on there too. I got the electric version out with the skid steer loader option. And like I say, what I love about the Teletruk is that. And it's not a short boom either. So for a versatile bit of kit for around your farm, it is really, really handy. Beacon, there you go. Flashing in the back. Lights, reverse light. Just got to try and find a use for one of these now on my farm. Interior, as you would expect, absolute quality. I tell you what I have noticed as well, if you watched part 1, that juddering, stuttering I was having as I was moving around has stopped. So it was either just the amount of mods I had out, or it was a particular mod. I think it was just the amount of stuff that was out was causing this little bit of lag and jerkiness, which I'm not getting now, which is absolutely wondrous. So that's, I've just realised something. Oops. That's the JCB Teletruk by RossN mods. And finally, I haven't got one out. The John Deere S7 series by SETKA Simulators, 23.95 megabytes download and 17 slots on console. Now, I'm going to get one. Realistically, and being totally brutal on this, the only difference between this and the base game one is the addition of a set of tyres. That's it. Because we come into here, we come down to our harvesters. There, our S7 is there. Base game 381 grand, 13 slots. And the options on the base game version, we've got our engine set up. Wheel brand, we can change from Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental and back. We've got crawler track and crawler track broad. Those are the only options. And then we've got our EU, US license plate. So, we come out of there and we come to the modded version here by SETKA Simulators. 381 grand. Slot count's a little bit higher. Options on it, we've got 547 horsepower, 579, 625, and back again. Wheel brand options, we've got Michelin added in. So we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental on the crawler track with crawler track broad, which is the base game version. We come back out to that Michelin, we've got a tyre option. And there's no options within that. It's just that. That's the only thing that's different. I know I'm not trying to be overly negative. That is the only difference. I mean, if you look at the mod thinking, okay, cool, that, as far as I can tell, that's the only difference. We've got our EU, US, we've got license plate option as well, so the wheeled option has been added. As far as it goes, the rest of it is exactly the same. Oh no, hang on, no, there was one other option. I do apologise. I do apologise to SETKA. So, obviously we've got our, unfold harvester and all that. All our lights, like I say, all the base game stuff is there. Enable and disable straw swath. Should just hold the back normally. There you go. Enable or disable straw swath, pipe in and out, all that goodness. It might be you don't like tracks and you want this version, but you want wheels, and that's great. And if that is the thing, then this is absolutely spot on. This is exactly what you want. And I would imagine SETKA wanted that, that's why they've modded it, and if enough people had said to them, look, actually we want this, that might be another reason why it was modded. So, like I say, I'm not trying to downplay it, it's just, the other option we got on this, which the base version doesn't have, is under L1, R1 and right stick up and down, we've got manual adjustment of the ladder. So we can do that ourselves if we want to adjust the ladder. And I have to say, the other option on that, with the latch undoing, the way the railing sort of chains move as well, it's very cool. So there we go, the John Deere S7 series by SETKA Simulators, and that's it for part 2. I couldn't have fit it all in one, there's no way, but there you go, that's it for part 2 of the mods for Wednesday the 19th of March. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for watching.